They allege fraud outside the courtroom, but when they go inside the courtroom, they don't plead fraud and they don't argue fraud. If you're unwilling to come forward and present the evidence, it must mean the evidence doesn't exist. The country is what has to matter the most. As much as I'm a strong Republican and I love my party, it's the country that has to come first. What's happened here is, quite frankly, the conduct of the president's legal team has been a national embarrassment. I've been a supporter of the president's. I voted for him twice. But elections have consequences. And we cannot continue to act as if something happened here that didn't happen. You have an obligation to present the evidence. The evidence has not been presented.
We used to go supervise elections around the world, and we were the most respected, country with respect to elections. And now we're beginning to look like we're a banana republic. It's time for them to stop the nonsense. It just gets more bizarre every single day, and frankly, I'm embarrassed that more people in the party aren't speaking up.
Oh. Current Republican Governor Larry Hogan and former Republican Governor Chris Christie agree on what to call it. An embarrassment. And Joe, picking up on that description over the weekend, the president and his campaign essentially admitted that their tactic is now to get state legislatures and judges to flip the results in his favor. It's been kind of a ridiculous circus to watch with Rudy Giuliani, but that kind of goes beyond bumbling legal challenges, doesn't it?
Well, it really does. And actually, we talked about this Georgia election that's coming up, and Mitch McConnell staying out of it because he didn't want to hurt the Republicans' chances of winning in Georgia. We have a civil war in Georgia between Republicans now. It's not only attacking the Secretary of State that's a Republican, now Donald Trump, and people that have been running around with his legal team are attacking the Secretary of State, the governor, and actually suggesting that Kelly Loeffler, who is running in one of those special election races, shouldn't be there, that Kemp rigged the election to help her get into the runoff. So the chaos is everywhere. It's pure idiocy, but it's far more dangerous than it may even appear on the surface. Let's just bottom line this before we start the show. Donald Trump and the Republican Party, they're now actively working to steal electoral votes, from Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and other states. And they're going to do it by stripping millions of Americans of their right to vote, specifically tearing up their already cast ballots from earlier this month. I don't have to tell you, this is deeply un-American. And it's an un-American, unpatriotic attack that's being performed right now by a handful of vile political operatives who are trying desperately every day to carry out a coup. Look up the definition. A coup that would overthrow the presidency of a democratically elected leader who received over 300 electoral votes and got the support of 80 million Americans. That means they're trying to overthrow a president-elect who received more votes than any candidate in the history of this constitutional republic. Think of that. A Republican president who's working with the silent approval of a Senate majority leader, Mitch McConnell, to stage a coup against a democratically elected presidential candidate who is president-elect. And they're doing it in the light of day. They're doing it with the acquiescence of Republican senators and congressmen and congresswomen across the country. None dare call it treason, but maybe they should. Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.